Hi, my name is Nora, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the environmental effects of mining and some ways that we can help reduce or even stop these harmful effects. So first of all, let's start off with some background information on mining. Mining was around for a long time, but didn't start impacting the environment as much as modern mining in the past couple decades, mainly because of the demand. Back then, there was not much need for metals or minerals such as cobalt, sulfur, or nickel. Also, things like coal were only used for a couple of purposes like heating, but now we use these minerals and metals much more, such as in our computers, phones, and even our appliances. Because of this, mining is starting to impact the environment on a much bigger scale. So some of the issues that mining is impacting: all of these gadgets and appliances that we have are coming at a cost to the earth. Mining is hurting the atmosphere, the landscape, and in some cases even the nearby people. First of all, the atmosphere is being affected every time that coal is being burned for heat. Also, when companies use explosives to loosen the ore, many gases and minerals can get into the atmosphere. This could hurt animals as well as people. In some cases, the minerals have contaminated water sources, causing others to be ill or even die. Also, the large holes in the ground hurts the landscape, speeds up erosion, and causes denaturalization. In addition to all this, there is a very low recovery factor for mining most metals, and it is around 4%. This means that to get 1 ton of a certain metal, you would have to mine about 25 tons of the ore. This is because refining metals and getting them to be a certain purity is a long and extensive task and also requires a lot of energy. So let's talk about some of the laws and things that were instituted to help cut down on some of these effects. So one of the main laws regarding mining was the General Mining Act of 1872. This gave citizens the right to claim the land from the government and mine it for themselves. Also, the Federal Coal Mine Safety Act of 1952 greatly improved the living and the working conditions of coal miners. Back then, coal mining was a very dangerous and labor-intensive job, and miners basically had no rights when mining for coal. They would be trapped in poverty and debt by the people who they worked for, and they would work really long shifts breathing in all the coal dust which hurt their lungs. The Federal Mine Safety Health Act of 1977 gives all mining companies safety standards that they have to ensure their workers have. So some things that can be done to solve this issue, or to at least reduce on the effects, is to use different sources of energy. Different sources include wind, solar, geothermal, or even nuclear. New forms of harvesting energy and turning it into electricity are being researched every day. A lot of research is also being conducted on replacing rare metals in computers and phones with metals that are cheaper and more earth-friendly to harvest while still using most of the same properties, and this cuts down on pollution and waste. Some ways that citizens like you can help regarding this issue is to try and buy homes that use geothermic heat, because then you don't have to burn gas or coal for electricity, and homes that use geothermic heat use gases from the ground to heat the home. Also, instead of leaving your lights or TV on when you're not using it, you can turn it off, and that will save a lot of energy, because electricity is mostly made by burning coal, and so if we use less electricity, less coal will be burned, and therefore the environment will be hurt less. 3 reference sites that I used to help me find this is the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, the NMA, which is the National Mining Association, and mining.com.